What's up guys, Metalshop TV here, and I'm sitting here with Zoltán from Ektomorf. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic, man.
I saw your show earlier today. It was a bit early, but the crowd seemed really into it, so how did you enjoy it?
You know, this was our first time to play Brutal Assault, and you know, it was absolutely amazing. You know, the place was packed. They were jumping, moshing, doing, you know, the circle pit. So honestly, I'm telling you that we didn't expect what happened. You know, we were like, okay, we will see how it's gonna be, but it was killer. This was our last show this summer. You know, because we did all the festivals walking full force, and we closed the summer with Brutal Assault. So, fuck yeah, man, it was killer.
How do you get pumped for such a show? Are you listening to heavy music in your dressing room, or you don't need that?
It's all about the crowd, you know. Of course, it's about the music we play, you know, and we love what we play. But when we get the crowd, you know, and they with us, then we just, you know, they give us the fucking energy, you know, the adrenaline. So, but we do nothing before the show. Drink some beer, or sometimes water, you know, whatever comes.
Yeah, cool. Well, let's talk about your latest album for a while. There is a song called Evil by Nature, and you worked on it with a corpse grinder from Cannibal Corpse. So how did that happen, and were you emailing the song, or were you in the studio together?
No, I know George for a long time, you know, we know each other for a long time, and they played, I believe, like 2 years ago in Budapest, something like this, you know, and I went to the show, and of course I met him, and we talked, and I said, you know, George, what about the song together? And he was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So I wrote the song at home, like 2 days later, and I sent him the demo by an email. He loved it, and we just did it. But the thing is that we you know, the recording was like a little bit difficult because he's in the States. He's always on tour. We are, you know, always on tour. So the thing we did that they played later, a year later in Budapest again, and it was like a really fucking hot day. So we went there. I brought my home studios, you know, stuff, and in the dressing room of Cannibal Corpse, we recorded it there. And I tell you that it was a hot day, like 40 fucking degrees, you know, so we had to turn off the air condition because of, you know, the microphone would, you know, record all the sound what the air condition makes. So George was sweating like hell, me too, because of the recording, but it turned out awesome. You know, George is the greatest guy I ever know in the metal world. You know, he has a voice like, you know, he's the death metal god in my eyes, you know, and he did it, I would say, like in 20 minutes. It was like this, you know, and it turned out killer. So I'm really proud of this song.
Yeah, it's a great track.
Yeah, and he loves it too. So I hope one day we can play it live. That would be killer.
Looking forward to it. Well, you are one of the few bands, or I think you're one of the few bands that keeps getting heavier with each record.
Oh, thank you.
So where does the aggression come from?
From me.
Yeah?
It's come from me, man. You know, it's you know, we doing. So
are you still more and more pissed off? Yeah? That's interesting.
That's my nature, man. You know, some people are really peaceful. You know, I would say that all the frustration that comes in my life, to me, I just release it in the music. And actually, I would tell you, I listen to every year, you know, to more heavy music, heavier and heavier music, because the new bands are really cool. You know, there is some really cool bands like Suicide Silence. I love them. I think they're really cool. But the old bands are, to me, it's just better. You know, I'm 40 years old. I'm gonna be 41, so I listen to the old stuffs, and these days I listen to more death metal. You know, because I find there myself more, and maybe it comes from there too. But the lyrics and everything is just from my life. It's not like I live a fucked up life because my life is good, you know. It's just, you know, the life I live with my band, and, you know, and all the balls we have to break too. It's not easy, you know, with the band. And I just write it out in the lyrics and in the music. That's why it's really heavy. But I'm glad that you said it.
Yeah. The latest single from you is called Holocaust. And that must be a really personal topic for you. Can you tell us something about it?
Yeah, you know, Holocaust is, you know, because my background, I'm a gypsy, you know. I mean, my father, he's a gypsy, and my mom, she's Hungarian, so he's white. My father, he's dark skinned like me. And actually my grandfather just nearly could escape from the deportation to Auschwitz. You know, so it's really close to me, like you said, in personal. And it was always kind of like a subject I always write about racism because of my background, you know. And we had a song back in 1994 called Holocaust. It's in our first demo. And this song is completely different from that song because that would be really lame to bring the same song out, you know. But it's only the title the same, the lyrics is not even the same, but I wanted a song about this. And I wrote it, and then we went to record the video in Auschwitz. If you saw the video, half of the videos in Auschwitz is really there, you know, Birkenau and Auschwitz. And it was really heavy, man. And I went there, you know, I felt all the dark and negative vibes which going on there, you know. I believe in it that they're still there. So I think the song, it really gives back what it's about. But for me it's personal because of my background, and I hope that especially the young generation can learn something from it, you know. Because racism, it's always gonna be there. We can't stop it. But maybe we can just, you know, make it a little better with the young generation, say that, you know, don't hit the other one because it has a darker skin or whatever, you know, just. So this song is it's dark and heavy, but Holocaust was a dark.
Yeah, I was there a couple of weeks ago, so I know what you're talking about. Was it difficult so they let you to shoot there, the video? Was it difficult to like negotiate with them about it?
No, they didn't let us shoot the video.
No?
No, we went there, I mean, I wrote them a few times and they said, you know, no, because this music is really heavy. And but you know, I saw on YouTube that there was a lot of tourists doing videos, you know, like I'm walking through here just like some fun park, you know. So I think it's stupid, but so I was like, okay, we're gonna do that. If it works, it works. If not, and we did it, you know, with a camera, and it worked. I mean, we got nothing bad about it, but I think they couldn't say anything bad about this video because it represents something, you know, positive to learn from it. It's not like we go there and, you know, and saying something bad about this. So we didn't have the permission.
Okay.
But we did it, man.
You're one of the bands that is working really fast, releasing records quite fast. So it's been 1 year since the last album. Are you already like not recording but planning on another album?
No. With the Aggressor album, we plan to tour like 2 years. You know, this year we worked our ass off, man. You know, we had a European tour. Yeah. Then we had then we had a US tour with Hemlock, like 2 months in the US. You know, it was a lot of shows and hardcore, you know, through the US. Then we did the summer festivals like Brutal Assault and all the big ones, and some middle and small ones too. But this year it was really the big festivals. And now we're gonna do in October and November European tour. And then we're gonna go back in springtime again to the US. And then record some new stuff. I already have some new songs. They're heavier than the one before.
Once again?
You know? Yeah. But you know, we wanna release a new album in 2018, but we're gonna release a live DVD in 2017, and Brutal Assault and all the festivals and some behind the scenes stuff is gonna be a part of it.
Okay, so Ektomorf has its own like a signature specific sound. It's a heavy sound, but you've got also kind of different songs like Too Smolder or Sea of My Misery, which is almost like with the grunge feeling to it. So where does this influence come from?
That was a time when I was really into like a grunge, you know, like Alice in Chains.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I hear from Alice in Chains and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, man. But it was a short period, you know. And I asked my record company, what about, you know, FM Records, what about to release an album like an acoustic album? They were like, are you crazy? You know. And I was like, you know, why not? I mean, I'm gonna send you how it sounds, and you decide if you do it or not. They said, you know what, we don't have to send it, you know, just do it. We do it. So it's done, we did that album, and we had only 2 shows. And I played sometimes on stage like To Smolder and Sea of My Misery and some Johnny Cash songs, you know. But right now it's all about the heaviness.
Yeah, so there's not going to be more melodic Ektomorf in next album?
No.
No? Okay. Yesterday I spoke to the Christos from Septic Flesh, and he told me that the interesting thing is that his band is more popular outside of Greece, because they are from Greece, than in his country. How is it with you and Hungary?
Same for us.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I think it's the same for every band. I mean, you know, I know a lot of bands, you know, who say the same, that, you know, you, on your own country, somehow, it just doesn't really work. But I should tell you that since 2014, end of 2014, 2015, you know, we're getting more better and better in Hungary. You know, this year we had a couple of shows, like festivals in Hungary, and we're gonna have one show on the tour, and we're gonna have one big festival still in September in Hungary. So we're getting better there. But honestly, you know, in 1999, we said, okay, we want to do it in outside of Hungary, and it worked better. I can't explain you why. You know, I think the band you talked about, they also can say it why. You know, it just works better outside of your country. But I can say that it's getting better and better in Hungary for us.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I saw that on your Facebook page that you've had some communication with Tom from Triptychon.
Yeah.
Is there anything in works between you?
It would be awesome, man. You know, you never know. I mean, I met Tom in 2006 in Wacken.
Yeah.
And, you know, he just came and said, hey, man, I admire your music and, you know, respect. And I was like, fuck, you know, that's a big honor to get it from someone like him, you know. And then he just wrote me this message, and you know, I made a screenshot and put it, you know, on Facebook because I'm proud of it. I mean, you know, he's like, you know, a big icon, you know. Yeah. And so I wrote him, and maybe we're gonna do something together, you know. But I have also other plans, you know, with because I like to work with other bands, you know, who I look up, and, you know, singers or guitar players, and to do some cooperation together or something, because I think it's cool. Like the same with George, like I did with Danko Jones, or I did, you know,
or
with
the singer
Chris Nino, yeah, or from Stark Mojo, you know, Lord Nelson. So maybe something, man. You never know.
Okay. So the last question is, Let Me Kill Mr. played this festival before. He has his memorial temple here this year, and I know you've released a tribute song for him. So, have you ever met the guy, or do you have some special story about him, or what was his influence on your music? Can you tell us something?
Motorhead, you know, I think is influence for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I met him once in Hungary. That was a festival called Hegyalja Festival, and they played there. He just passed by, you know, and I was like, oh man, I couldn't even say a word. So, no, I did the song because, you know, he died, and I think it's a big loss. Yeah. I think for the metal world and rock and roll, you know, heavy music, because to me, and for a lot of people, I think he was the first one who was singing on the way, like, you know, on that voice, you know, like not trying to be melodic and, you know, just be heavy and cool. So, and I released the song because it's just, you know, like to show our respect for him.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for your time.
Thank you, man.
Thanks. Zoltán, Metalshop TV.